Thanks for joining, everybody. We're going to take you through our night of our tournament. The Kept Outside crews had a little inside tournament between the two of us, Indiana versus Illinois, and it was
fun.
It was a fantastic night. We had a lot of fun, and a lot of fun communicating back and forth with them. But it was a late start.
Yeah, we went from 11 our time to 6.
Yeah,
daylight,
and they went from midnight till 7. So
yep.
It was a good time. We got a late start at it. I didn't pick Nick up until 11.
Yeah, and then we go to Huck's, get all of our munchies and everything and drinks, and we decided our first dump is going to be 30 minutes north.
Yeah, we were going to go to one of our farthest spots north of town.
Yeah. To
start off with. And we drive all the way up there.
And lo and behold, before it got dark out, I went to sight in my gun, make sure it's still on, because I missed a coyote at like 100 yards the week before.
Yeah.
Totally whiffed. Scope was on. But anyways, we got to the first dump, go to grab it, everything out of the truck, and Travis is walking off from the truck, and I say, crap.
And I instantly knew he forgot something. Like, it's inevitable.
Yep, every time. Something. So, happened to be one of the most important pieces, the Arca plate that goes into my tripod.
Yes.
So, we go through my case 2 or 3 times a piece, and can't find it. Emptying pockets, can't find nothing.
Looked all over. So we drove back to the cabin.
Yep, back to the cabin, and then looked all over it for 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah. And then decided to come check the car that we took out there earlier that day to sight in.
Yep, and it happened to be on the
floorboard. Yeah. So we had a late start. We didn't get to our first spot until about
almost 1. It
was
12:47 when we stepped out, I believe.
So we had a very late start, and them guys we'd called them actually.
Yeah.
They were on their second or third stand before we were even getting to our first one. So, but it was fun. Yeah. I mean, it was a good night.
Yeah, it was a real good night.
It really was. We're excited to take you through it.
So we decided to go 20 minutes south after we found my Arca plate to our first drop.
Is that my grandpa's ground? We've had a lot of luck there this year.
It's always paid off. I don't think we've been there without seeing a coyote.
No.
And so don't always give us the opportunity that we at least see them.
Yeah. So we get out there, we go set the call up. We start off with some female hows, and right away they hammered. And they're
500-600 yards.
Yeah, they weren't 500-600 yards away. So we went straight into some female whimpers. And I'm scanning in a certain area where they usually come from. And Nick was watching the other side of us.
Left side.
And he's like, here they come.
On a string. I mean, they're coming directly to us.
3 of them.
And they come in down through the waterway. 110, 120 yards.
Yeah, they pop up over the hill. And we did the countdown and
dropped them.
Yeah, we dropped 2 of them right off the bat.
Mine goes in and does its last death leap.
Yeah.
Leap of faith, I guess.
He comes out of a scope and is like, that coyote just jumped 10 feet up in the air. But then you thought it was getting away.
Yeah, because I was sitting there and it jumped and it was below the hill. So I couldn't tell that it hit the ground again. And then I look back at my scope and I see one walking away. Like it wasn't even hit. And I knew mine, I'm like, what in the world? I hammered it. It dropped. And then it was a third coyote. And so I shot at it.
Several times.
It takes off. I shoot. I probably shot 4 or 5 times. The last shot was probably 600 yards out there.
Yeah, because it ran all the way back to the backside of the property line. Which we thought on that last shot, it disappeared behind the hill. And I lost it in the thermal. So we actually thought you hit it.
Yeah, I thought I dropped it somehow. Which
so
I shouldn't have because
we're sitting there all pumped up. We know we got a double, or we think we have a double.
Yeah.
Well, I have my gun set up to record us recovering these dogs. And as we're getting ready and start walking out there, when I was going back through the footage, that third coyote actually walked right back in front of my scope, right where they came in at. He must have went all the way down to the backside tree line, came back up the waterway, because that waterway is a deep.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah. And I'm guessing I don't know what it was, but he came back up that way. And, I mean, if we'd have went straight into pup distress, because that coyote didn't know what to do.
No, it would have been a triple. And the best part of it was that was my second coyote that I've ever shot.
Yeah, and it was a double.
So he double, same exact spot I shot that big male in.
Yep.
That 38-pound male.
And we were jacked up already because we'd got such a late start. And for our first stand to call in a triple and kill a double, we were stacked.
I would have been excited to kill one, but a double?
Yeah, we were.
Right off the get-go?
We were pumped up, and we were ready to do some bragging to the indie guys because it cost us a third coyote. Honestly, that's what it did. I mean, if we'd have been focused and stayed chilled, we probably got him.
Yeah, I think pup distress would have brought him right back in.
Yeah, because like I said, he was wandering around out there lost.
Yeah, he didn't. He never really bolted hard to get away from us.
Even when we were shooting at him, he wasn't running that hard.
No.
So, yeah, it goes to show you, don't
stay calm.
Yeah, don't give up on the stand. I mean, if there's a third dog there and you know it, or a second dog, go into that pup distress because.
Yeah, we definitely should have.
We should have. We messed up on our end on that part. So. Hey Nick, what'd we just do?
Oh, we just doubled, baby! Second coyote's a double, and we might have got a third one. I think I shot at him when he was running away. Oh my!
Called in a triple. We know we dropped 2 of them.
Oh, dude!
Might have a third one out there, boys. Indiana, you better catch up.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Dude, this is awesome. Second coyote I've ever shot, and it's a double.
Oh yeah.
Maybe a triple. This is going to be an awesome night.
Yep. And we got a late start.
Yeah. Then you guys, I went, made a mess up. We went and seen the guns were sighted in. Forgot my ARCA plate. Left it in the other vehicle. Had to go back, get it. Travis said, let's run down to my ground. Thank goodness we did.
Hammered them.
Oh, dude.
Hammered them. All right. Let's go get our freaking dogs, man.
Dude.
Hook the old KO drags up to them and drag them back up there. Here is Nick's dog.
What'd I get? That's a littler one from the last one I shot out here.
Male?
That's a little male. Squaring the old chest, guy right in the pump station.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you get? I'm going to say another male.
Yep.
Yep, another
Little male. Headshot this bad boy. Right in the eyeball.
Yeah, you did. Oh, man. Boys are calling. We better get this. What's up? Is having any luck?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? We
You
just
got
seen
one?
our first dog. You guys ain't got one, though?
Oh, we got some.
No, bull.
How many some? You got a double or something?
Nuh-uh. It's just a tease on there. There's blood. How many you got? You got 2? You got a double? Heck yeah.
Badass. Good job, boys.
Way to go. Well, we're about to pull in our next dump, so hopefully we can tie this up a little bit.
So after the double at my grandpa's, we went to a different area, a whole different town actually.
Yeah, it was probably 15 minutes to the east of us here.
Yeah, and we get over there, and the first spot we went to, we get out. As soon as we get out of the truck, I hear a dog barking at us.
Yeah, I didn't know where it was.
Yeah, and I got on my thermal, and there was a coyote. He wasn't 150 yards out, so I just grabbed the gun out.
I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, he didn't have a clue.
I was sitting up beside the truck, and here you're going to the back of the truck, and I'm like,
yeah, I grabbed the gun and tripod and get on him, and by that time he's already taken off, and I fired 3 or 4 shots off at him. I didn't connect on him at all, but so then we did run a few calls trying to get him back.
And then we had that one come in.
And we had that other one come in from the west side. But I didn't get that on film. It happened so quick.
Yeah.
As soon as we got out of the truck, as soon as I got the gun on the tripod, that's when I started shooting at him. I didn't even think to hit record. But we went to a few more spots there, and
they were dry.
They were dry. We didn't have any luck.
No sounds, no nothing.
So we headed all the way back. We were actually going to go back to where we started at the night before, or earlier that night, our first stand. And
went to the hill and
We went to
stopped
the
at the
hill.
hill.
We stopped by the hill and let out some female howls, and they
Immediately.
immediately answered. So then we went right back into female whimpers like we did on the first stand of the night.
We used the same calls
All night.
all night. Same 2 calls, I believe,
Yeah.
is what I heard. And then
he came down the tree line, and he was acting like he wanted to go back into the woods, and he was still out there 200 anyway. I mean, it was a little bit of a shot.
every bit.
And it was like we counted down, and we both pulled the trigger on him. And we know we hit him. I mean, he spun around
He
and
was hit
flipped. And
hard.
then he takes off.
At first, we thought we double tapped him.
Yeah.
After the footage,
After the
Travis made
footage,
contact.
I hit him. Mr. Scopes off over here.
So I
He
got to check
whipped
my
on him.
scope again.
Yeah. But he gets away from us. We know we hit him, but he got off over into a thicket, and
He sat there forever. We watched him on your thermal. I couldn't see him in my night vision.
yeah, we watched him on the thermal, and he just laid. I mean, he ended up laying down. So we gave it about 10-15 minutes and walked over there. We couldn't find him, but it was so thick we decided to fall out. And
Yeah, I didn't have my pistol on me.
Yeah.
And
so we decided to pull out of there and come back when it was daylight, because it wouldn't have been another hour and a half till
Right.
daylight.
so then after the hill dump, we were driving down the road. The neighbor was already up, and his dogs were outside. So I didn't want to cause any problems with the neighbors and his dogs. So we decided we're going to go to this other spot that I had permission that we've never hunted.
And I'm telling you right now, we were running low on time. When we decided to switch spots, we had about 10 minutes
Yeah,
left till our deadline of the hunt.
right, 6 o'clock. So we shot over to this spot, never hunted it. It's a little, about 400 yards out there. There's a little 4-acre patch of woods and 2 single row tree lines out there.
Yeah, that's it.
And
We get there, 6 minutes left.
yeah, jump out of the truck, throw the call on top of the truck, run out there, 20, 30 yards in front of the truck.
Yeah,
And
one howl.
yeah, one howl and they lit up. And they came out of that single row tree line. So they're coming in. Travis's would stop. He'd ask me, "Are you ready?"
Yeah.
No, mine's still running. Mine would stop. Travis, you ready? No, mine's still running. Well, a couple times of that, then finally mine stops.
We did a countdown.
Did a countdown. Travis's was still running or jogging.
He was jogging, yeah.
And-
She was, actually.
Yeah, she was. So we did the countdown, the old 3, 2, 1. I was a little slow on it. Travis shot, and I guess it scared me because I totally whiffed again.
But it was good. I mean,
Oh, it was a fun night,
That-
man. It was a blast.
that female I hit, I mean, she just
Buckled hard.
Oh, yeah. You'll see. I mean, she just hammered the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, she just boom.
Yeah, that old Ruger MPR,
It'll reach out there.
Oh, it'll touch
I mean, that
stuff.
was over 200 yards there.
I stepped it off. It's 207.
Yeah.
Back to the truck, which we were a little
We were out in front
angled.
of the truck.
So,
we
I
don't
mean, it is
really
within
know.
200, 220 yards.
Yeah.
And it just hammered that coyote.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. And so then after Nick shoots, I shoot mine. I scan over because Nick shoots again, so I instantly know he's missed. So this coyote's running across the screen of my scope, and we're both unloading. I can see his bullets through my scope, and I unloaded my clip on that
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah, you unloaded and then said, "Hang on a second," and stepped out of the way. I just kept on shooting.
All in all, it was a good night of hunting. Called in 6 shootable coyotes. We hit 4 of them and recovered 3 of them. Like I said, the Indiana guys, they didn't have the luck. It wasn't their night. It was
No.
tough calling for them.
It was still a blast. They had a blast.
Oh, they had fun. They had
I
fun.
mean-
We had fun. We talked throughout the night
It's always fun just getting out and
and going.
going hunting.
Thanks for joining. Hope you enjoyed the video.
What keeps you outside?